Have you ever wondered how much does it cost to live in Houston, Texas? Well, in this video, we'll be discussing the cost of living in Houston, Texas. Hi, I'm Will Johnson. I'm a local realtor here in the greater Houston area. If you're thinking about visiting here, feel free to give me a call, send me a text message, an email, or even an Instagram DM. I love to hear from you guys and about your travel. If you're thinking about moving here, I'm a realtor. I love to work with you and help you find a home. So as you all know, Houston is a very large city. The population in the greater Houston area is about 7.1 million. So Houston, Texas is more affordable than other major metropolitans. So if we look at the chart from bestplaces.net, which is where I'm getting my information from, the link will be down in the description below. It shows that the average cost of living in Houston, Texas overall comes in at a 96.5, where 100 is the U.S. average. Houston has a 96.5.
So if you look at our overview of New York, which is the city with the #1 population with 8.2 million people, the median income is $52,737, with the median age being 36.2, and the median home price is $654,000. Now, if you look at the city with the #2 population, Los Angeles, California, with 3.9 million people, the median income is $49,600, and the median age is 35, and the median home price is $883,000. So that's very high for the income that they have. Only 49,000. Although the weather is very nice there, they are rated very high on the weather. They have everyone beaten in weather. If you look at the #3 place in the U.S. with the greatest population at 2.6 million people, the median income is $47.8 thousand. Average age is 34, and the median home price is $291,000. Now, if you look at Houston, Texas, which is the #4 place in the U.S. with a population of 2.3 million people, it's almost past Chicago up, but the median income is $45,700. The median age is 32.9, and the median home price is $220,000. So it's way more realistic buying a house somewhere where the incomes are relatively the same. Now, if you look at Phoenix, Arizona, which is the #5 place at 1.7 million people, the median income is $46,000. The median age is 33.3. The median home price is $346,000. So in all of these places, if you were just looking at numbers, Houston makes more sense on a place to stay because the median home price is a lot lower compared to the income, because the income is relatively the same based on all the places that we looked at in the top 5 places in the U.S. And Houston is also the youngest place, so it has more youth and the homes are less expensive.
So the overall cost of living for Houston, Texas comes in at a 96.5. The groceries come in at a 98.1. Healthcare comes in at a 92.4. Housing comes in at 80.2. The median home cost again comes in at a 120,000. Utilities come in at a 96.5. Transportation comes in at a 119, and miscellaneous comes in at a 100.4. So notice that the transportation comes in at a 119. So that cost is so high because Houston, Texas is so big. A lot of people don't understand and realize how big Houston is compared to these other big major cities. But Texas in general is very big. It's gonna take you a full day of sunlight just to drive through Texas. You know, Texas is so big, it has so much land to where instead of building up like in New York and other places where Chicago, where there's a lot of people, they're building up. Well, in Houston, there's so much land, they just build out. It attracts a lot of people because you can come here and you can get a nice house and you can get some land and you're not living very close to each other in a cookie cutter neighborhood. So that's what attracts so many people to live out here. But because of that, people drive a lot. So you're gonna be spending hours on the road if you wanna go see something, and you might drive a lot. You don't have to do that, but that's what a lot of people do. So notice housing come in at an 80.2, so housing is very, very low compared to other places in the US. So it's very affordable to afford a house here compared to other places. So that's what's bringing a lot of people here. The real estate market is crazy right now because everybody's coming here buying up all the houses. So many investors and so many people from California and New York and other places are coming here buying up a lot of houses. Some people can come here, especially if they can keep their same job online. They benefit by keeping their same job and working remotely, and they come here and they kind of live like a very wealthy person that they couldn't do elsewhere. So a lot of people here don't necessarily like the fact that they're buying all of our houses, but we understand why they're doing it, because hey, who doesn't want to have their own house with a lot of land, you know, for a good price? So if you look at the cost of living for other major cities that Houston is basically in the running for, you see the cost of living, it's way higher than what it is in the Houston area. So that's why a lot of people are coming out here. It's very attractive to live here because of the cost of living is so low. Remember, there's no state income tax here, so that also brings down the cost of living. So because of the state income tax in a lot of other states, a lot of people are coming out here because
ain't nobody got time for that.
And it's a lot of energy producing power plants and things here, so it makes the energy cost here lower. So that's another thing that affects the cost of living. Houston's job market is also another big selling point for the city. The city's loose zoning laws also cause a line between business and residential districts to be blurred. It's not uncommon to see offices and businesses in close proximity to residential houses. So this is another thing I was saying on the section of pros and cons of living in Houston. If you can have a job that's not in the city limits of Houston, or maybe it's somewhere on the outskirts, I would recommend you live in there. That way you don't have to contribute toward the traffic. So some of the top Houston industries are aerospace and aviation, distribution, manufacturing, life science and medical, and energy. And also there's a lot of offshore jobs in the Houston area where people work with oil and they work offshore. They might work onshore for a week and they might work offshore for a week. So there's a lot of different opportunities here in the Houston area as far as jobs go. Thanks for watching this video on the cost of living in Houston, Texas. If I missed anything, which I know I did, please feel free to put it in the comments below. Also, if you want to be on my bi-weekly email list where I send things to do in the Houston area, please put it in the comments below. Or you can give me a call or send me a text and just tell me I want to be on the bi-weekly email list. Until then, see you in the next video.